Okay, so here's something to think about. The average person spends over 90,000 hours of their life working and 11 to 13,000 hours in school. But how many of those hours are spent consciously learning skills for life or building the life they actually want?
Oh, wow, that's a staggering number. And when you put it like that, it really makes you wonder how much of that time is intentional versus just going through the motions.
Exactly, that's the thing. Most people aren't actively designing their lives. They're just reacting to whatever comes their way. It's like they're passengers instead of drivers.
So, what's the root of that? Is it because no one teaches us how to take the wheel?
That's a big part of it. Think about it. School teaches you how to solve equations, memorize facts, and follow instructions, but it doesn't teach you how to manage your time, your emotions, or even your priorities. You leave with a qualification if you can memorize enough facts, but no real manual for life.
And then what? People just figure it out as they go?
Or they don't. That's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of people end up drifting, taking the first job that comes along, following societal expectations, and avoiding discomfort. Before they know it, they've built a life they didn't consciously choose.
That's such a relatable feeling. I think so many people sense that something's off, but they don't know how to articulate it.
Right, and the scary part is, it feels normal because everyone around you is doing the same thing. It's like we're all stuck in this collective autopilot.
So, how do you break out of that? What does it actually take to wake up and take control?
It starts with awareness. You have to realize three key things. Your time is finite, your attention is valuable, and your decisions, no matter how small, compound over time.
Compound? Like, how do you mean?
Well, think of it this way. It's not the big, dramatic moments that shape your life. It's the small, everyday choices you make without even thinking. What you eat, how you spend your time, what you focus on. Those little decisions, repeated over years, become your life.
So, you're talking about habits, right?
Habits, yes, but it's deeper than that. It's about your default behaviours. What you do when you're tired, when you're stressed, or when no one's watching. That's where most people lose control.
That's such an uncomfortable thought, but it makes sense. So, where does this book fit into all of this?
The adult manual is about closing that gap. It's the stuff no one teaches you. How to structure your time, how to think clearly, and how to take ownership of your life. It's about moving from autopilot to intentional living.
Because without that, what happens?
You fall into default mode. You start scrolling endlessly, reacting to everything, avoiding challenges, and living in cycles instead of building a meaningful direction.
I think that describes where a lot of people are right now.
Most people, honestly. And the scariest part is, it feels normal. It doesn't feel like anything's wrong because it's just what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't even realise you're off track because it's so common.
Exactly. It's like being in a river with a strong current. If you're not actively swimming towards something, you're just being carried along.
So, how do you start swimming? What's the first step?
You start by asking better questions. Instead of asking, what do I feel like doing today? You ask, what actually moves my life forward?
That's such a shift in perspective.
It is, because feelings are temporary, but direction is built through intentional decisions. It's about thinking long term instead of just reacting to the moment.
So, adulthood is really about decision making.
That's a huge part of it. Real adulthood is about taking ownership, thinking independently, and accepting the consequences of your choices.
That's so different from how it's usually framed.
That's because most people think adulthood is about age. It's not. It's about awareness.
That's such a powerful way to put it.
And once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. It changes everything.
So, if someone's listening to this and they're feeling a bit lost, what's the first thing they should do?
Slow everything down. Take a step back and ask yourself, am I living intentionally, or am I just reacting to life?
That's such a simple but powerful question.
It is. And just asking it can start to shift your perspective. It forces you to take responsibility for where you are and where you're going.
And responsibility isn't always comfortable.
No, it's not. But it's where control comes from. If you avoid responsibility, you're essentially giving up control of your life.
That's such a profound trade-off, and I don't think most people even realise they're making it.
Exactly. It's a silent trade-off that happens every day. And that's why this conversation is so important. Because no one is coming to organise your life for you. No one is coming to give you structure. You either build it or you live without it.
And living without it leads to what?
Stress, confusion, lack of direction.
Which is where so many people are right now.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to take control of your attention, your time, and your decisions.
So what's next? Where do we go from here?
Next, we're going to dive deeper into attention, because right now your attention is being pulled in every direction. And if you don't control it, you don't control your life.
That's going to hit home for a lot of people.
It should, because attention is the foundation of everything else. If you don't protect it, you lose control of everything else.
All right, let's get into that in the next episode. If you want to go deeper, the full framework is available inside the Adult Manual. Link is in the description, or search the Adult Manual by Ian Price on Amazon. It's available on Kindle, hardback and paperback, and the audiobook is available from April 2026.